Alright. Whew, man. Can you guys hear me? Or can anybody hear me? If you can hear me, just raise your hands and I'll be sure to see it. Alright. Okay, well, I'm exhausted. I just finished cooking some food earlier, so I'm gonna talk about Evo for a bit. Just wanna get some practice in. Let's see ya. Back one. Ah, dropped it. Come on. Two. Ah, come on, you should hit that. Come on, man. Come on. Okay. There we go. What is going on? Alright. That's not what I was trying to do, but I'll take it. Ah. Whew, okay. Damn. So where do I even start? I don't even know where to start at. Man, there's so much to talk about, but when it comes to Evo, so generally speaking, I'm not sure if this is your first time watching. My name is Protagonist1. I'm from the Austin, Texas scene. Primarily I main Cyborg, so that's just my main character. I've been playing for like 4 years since the first Injustice, so that's a little background on me. But I went to Evo for the first time. I also traveled for the first time, so it's my first time really just kind of going on my own ways and really just trying to have fun overall. But to talk about Evo, man, there's just there's so much to talk about. Let's see. I don't know where to start. I guess I could start with I got food poisoning the day before, so that was fun. That was very enjoyable. So yeah, there was that, and then of course heading to the tournament. I really didn't know what to expect. I mean, because I always watched Evo when I was like a teenager, back when I was like, you know, I think 13 or 14. So what was that? 2009. So that's about 9 years ago. 9 years ago. So yeah, about 2009, about 9 years ago, which I think when I was like 14 or 15. That's when I caught Evo, just as a you know, just a major tournament for fighting games, and I kind of just fell in love with it, seeing how that worked out, and I really wanted to go to this. It was just kind of like a teenage dream of mine, really, just to go to Evo, so I just saved up for that. So I mean, it was a lot of fun, to put that in short. It was a lot of fun going to Evo, meeting a bunch of different players, seeing a bunch of top players, commentators. It really is something that, if you're a fighting game player or just a fan of fighting games, you should definitely try to go to at some point in your life. I remember at one point, Eris, he would always say, like, if you don't go to Evo and you like fighting games, then you're an idiot. So I was like, you know what, I don't want to be an idiot anymore. Let me actually go to this and see what's up. And I gotta say, man, I'm an idiot for not going earlier. That's really all I can say about that. It was a lot of fun hanging out with the ATX crew and everybody. So yeah, so that's mainly a little short summary. Too long didn't read it, or too long didn't listen. But to go into detail about, I guess, how my pools were, I didn't really go in with any expectations to get top 8 or top 16. I just wanted to go in there and just see how I do. My biggest goal was just not to go 0-2. That was really my biggest goal, was just not to get to lose twice, at least get a win before heading out. So so pretty much, I think I didn't figure out who I was playing until I think Thursday night. I checked Smash GG and it showed Newbie, and if you don't know who Newbie is, he's actually from the Florida scene. He used to play Doomsday back in Injustice 1. So when I saw that, I was like, whoa. I was like, word? I'm facing Newbie? Newbie is the first player I'm facing, so At first I was really nervous, but thinking about it, I guess it was pretty good because I always wanted to just kind of go against somebody that was high caliber and just to get the experience of it. I mean, it's one thing if I were to play a tournament and just face people I don't know and no top players, but to get an opportunity to face someone who was at least at one point in their lifetime considered a top player. I still consider Newbie a good player as well. I'm not sure if he plays as often. As far as like the main top 8 like Tweety and Silvereye, I know Newbie still plays, but I don't know if he's still going in hard competitively. But yeah, so pretty much he was the first match that I played. I went Cyborg, he was Hellboy, and I actually didn't know which character he was playing prior to. I remember when the game first came out, he was playing Cheetah. So I was like, you know what? I don't know who he's playing. We'll just play Cyborg. And so, yeah, he picked Hellboy, which I honestly hate that matchup. That matchup, in my opinion, kind of sucks. But I was gonna go Cyborg the whole way. And man, one thing I can say is that when playing in a tournament, there's just so much nerves involved. ATP Senpai, how's it going, man? Just talking about my Evo journeys. Why'd you just? Cause I'm Hollywood, man. That's why. Can't play with you scrubs. But anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by ATP. You were so drunk, man. Anyway, yeah. Oh god, I love you, ATP. But yeah, so pretty much I was playing Newbie, and one thing that was a new experience for me was really the nerves. I mean, I played at local scenes and I've been nervous, but man, I've never been that nervous playing Newbie. So yeah, so I started off the match. I can't remember how it went. Did I win? I'm getting there, Sean. I'm getting there. So I was playing against Newbie, former Doomsday player for Doomsday, but now playing Hellboy. So pretty much we both start off the match, and I could tell we were both playing pretty sloppy because we were really nervous. So I mean, I could tell Newbie was nervous when we were playing because he was dropping a few things, and I was like, man, I could definitely feel it. And I think at one point I got the life lead in the first match, and I was like, whoa, I have the life lead. This is unusual. It gets a Hellboy. Unfortunately, that quickly evaporated once he realized that I couldn't deal with the leaps. I mean, I was feeling super nervous. But even then, he played really good. He just once he figured out that Cyborg can't really deal with the leaps and the gunshot combination, he just went to town on it and just kind of went from there. One thing I will say that helped playing though was that ATP gave me the suggestion of really taking a break between each match. So that's what I was doing. I would just kind of take a swig out of my water bottle. By the way, water at Evo was like $6. It was $6 to $7. That was a complete ripoff. And what I did, I just put a bunch of water bottles in my backpack and just took them in. So yeah, I don't know why people didn't do that, but they didn't check bags. So yo, Senpai 2, boiled walnut. Yo, what's up? How's it going? I'm just talking about how I got bodied in pools, but yeah. So my first round match, I went against Newbie. Yeah, I played the help. He went Hellboy, I went Cyborg. Long story short, I lost. I just didn't do a good enough job dealing with the leap. And once he realized I was really focused on the leap, he just kind of mixed it up with gunshots, and I just took a lot of damage. Definitely something at yeah, that water was a ripoff, Sean. Admit that. I don't know how they sleep at night. Like, that water was $6.50 for a bottle of water. Yeah, you're right. Well, that's true. You get what you pay for. I mean, not what you pay for, what you use. And I was using Cyborg. So yeah, but he went Hellboy. Honestly, looking back at that match, I feel like I could have played a lot better. So I don't think it was really just the matchup. It was mainly just Newbie being a really good top player and just knowing what to do and realizing that I wasn't dealing with the leap very well, and he just kind of capitalized on that. So after I lost, what happened afterwards? Yeah, I talked to ATP, and he was saying like where I was at, and I was like, yeah, lost to Newbie, but you know, I'm just gonna focus on the next match. And I was talking to someone who was, what's his name? Laws Raw, who I was playing casuals with later on. He was playing Firestorm, so he, I think, also went against Newbie. I think he lost as well. So we were just talking, and we got some casuals in, which is very important. If you're going to a tournament, definitely try to get casuals in for your match, because you're going to be nervous and you're going to be rusty. And I learned that the hard way. But yeah, so then afterwards I faced this Robin player, not Robin player, Red Hood player. Sorry, I'm beating up Robin, that's what I thought. I was thinking about that. I went against the Red Hood player, and what really kind of helped me out, because spoiler alert, I won the match, but what helped me out was that Nubcakes was playing. He was in my pool too, and he faced the Red Hood player, and what he was doing, he was just playing, he was playing so patient, man. Oh my god, Nubcakes' spacing was like so insane. Like, he just picked this dude apart, and it was so textbook. I was like, man, he was playing so patient. So once I saw that match, I was like, you know what, let me just take my time and just hesitate and just kind of go from there. Oh boy, won it. Summer Jam? Oh snap. Alright. That's August 28th, 27th, right? If I remember correctly. Summer Jam. I wanted to go to that's true, Sean. Yeah, Red Hood used to be Robin. I mean, that's why I'm getting mixed up. I wanted to go to SCR, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough money to do that. Unfortunately, enough money to book the hotel in time, because I would definitely like to go to another major. Yeah, if you can go to Summer Jam, man, go for it, man. Your Cyborg's crisp. My execution is definitely lacking in that regard. Look at me, I'm trying to do air fireball, getting by 3 diagonals. But yeah, I faced the Red Hood player, and I just SCR's in California, Southern California Regionals. I think that's the last IPS ranking event, as far as I know, before the last chance qualifier. Do you have to pay to play for Evo? Yeah. So I think it's like is it $99 to enter, if I remember correctly? There's a payment fee that you gotta pay before, like, for a certain time. Oh yeah, that's right, Blood One. IPS East. Yeah, you can still do that. That's true as well. You can definitely do that. But yeah, as far as like Evo, yeah, you have to pay like a fee. I think it's, if I recall correctly, it was like $99 or something like that. And then like you get a T-shirt and your badge and whatnot. It's pretty fun. But anyway, yeah. So the Red Hood player that I played, I just kind of learned what Nubcakes did, and I kind of just went from there. And I won my match. I think I won it 3-0. I just zoned him out, just like textbook zoning. And then afterwards, I played this guy. I forgot his name, but so I apologize. But he was playing Superman. Wait, I can pull my Smash GG pools. Wait, one second, if I can even find it. But I was facing. He was playing Superman and Bane. So the cool thing was I was playing ATP Superman prior to that match, so I kind of had a good feel for it. So I guess what the Superman player didn't realize is that if you actually zone Superman on the ground, he can't really do anything, so he has to jump up and do air laser. So I just read when he did air laser and just shot him out the air. And then he kind of got desperate and did meter run rolls. I just punished him for that. So I went up 1, and then he went to Bane. I don't have a lot of experience in the Bane matchup, although I played Bane the previous game, so I know what the character's about. So I beat his Bane afterwards, then he went back to Superman. He got a round up on me, because I was getting kind of excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to beat this guy. And then afterwards, I took the final match against the Superman. So I was pretty much up 2-1 afterwards. Let me see if I can find the Smash GG thing. But yeah, I was up 2-1. And I guess afterwards, I had to face the winner of Newbie versus Waze, which was on stream. I think it was on stream. So Waze faced Newbie on stream. And during that time, I was playing casuals with Laws Raw. So so we were playing a few games, you know, talking trash. And then of course found out that Newbie actually won, so I got the run back against him. Unfortunately though, I just couldn't adapt to the leaps and the gunshots, and he just makes me up so bad. So yeah, that was pretty much my Evo run. I went 2-2 in pools. I think Newbie went on to face Laws Raw afterwards, and I think he beat him as well. So I'm not sure if Newbie made out of pools though. I wish I could check it out, but let me see. So yeah, general long story short, I went 2-2, which honestly I'm not too disappointed about, because I mean I just didn't want to go 0-2. I just had very low expectations, because I was just mainly just going for the vacation and having fun, and I enjoyed every minute of competing. It was a great experience, and honestly, if you haven't competed ever, I would really suggest it, because it's just like it's very adrenaline rushed feeling to kind of participate in, really to support your game as well. So yeah, so that was my Evo run. Now about the tournament, my gosh, oh my goodness, I'm just gonna fast forward to top 32. Top 32 was just insane. Oh my gosh, there were so many good matches. I showed up like a bit late to top 32, but the matches that were being played, oh my gosh, it was nuts. Like I just couldn't remember a lot of them because there's just so many people around. There's so many key matchups going on, like Buffalo versus Hayate. I'll get to HerokillerStain later, but yeah, there were just so many sick matchups going on all at once, and they all weren't even streamed. They weren't streamed. They were showing Tekken pools. So yeah, man, I was so disappointed by that, because I think the game really needed those matches to be streamed, and they weren't. So I think it's just you know, definitely when it comes to the overall state of the community, I feel like those matches needed to be streamed, because it would have really changed perspective on the game as of current, because there were just such character variety, and really some of the matches were played, especially like HerokillerStain's matches, just blew my mind, but they weren't streamed, unfortunately. Ah man, just looking back at it now, man, and the worst thing was my phone memory was full when some of these matches were going on, so I was trying to record some of them, especially HerokillerStain's matches, but yeah, my memory was full. I tried deleting nearly all my photos that I took, and some of my match footage I had with Newbie, I was planning on recording it. I deleted that too, just to record Flacco's matches, but there still wasn't enough space on my phone, so yeah, it sucked. However, shout out to Beyond Toxin, because he was actually streaming a few of the matches, so you can see a few of them on there, but there were a lot of matches that weren't streamed, which really sucked. So yeah, it was really whack. Besides that, however, top 32 to top 16 to top 8 was pretty dope, man. I just can't really pinpoint a lot of matches. I gotta go through the brackets. Let me see if I can go through them. 1 second. Let's see results. What is this? Oh my gosh. Let me type in Evo. Evo. Ah, there we go. So let's see here. Let's see. Standings. Yeah. Dang, nah, this isn't showing anything. Details. Come on, Evo. I'm trying to see like the matches. But let me just get to the meat and potatoes. So the real reason I want to talk about is HerokillerStain. I was watching his matches, so shout out to Laws Raw from Chicago, because I was talking to him, like the main reason why I wanted to stick around for top 32 is because I wanted to see Stain play, because I knew he was coming to Evo. So he's like, yo, you were talking about that Cyborg player, right? And I was like, yeah, HerokillerStain. He's like, yo, he's right here. And I was like, wait, what? so I walked over there, and he was playing Forever King, who I thought was King Raj, because he was wearing King Raj's shirt, but it was actually Forever King. But so yeah, he was playing that matchup, against King, and man, he was playing it to perfection, yo. Like his movement, like how he was just ducking bats, moving back and forth, like neutral jumping and checking with a fireball, popping out trade as soon as he had it. Man, like he played that match to the T. Like it was insane. Anytime King had trait, he push blocked and he got out the corner. He used the meter burn roll, and dang, I just totally butchered that, and just grappled out. But his defense was just like impeccable. And then like near the final match, I think he popped trait, and I think he tried to do he did a shimmy on King, and he actually hit him, and he was about to win, and he actually stood up. And I was like, Flacco, no, it's not over yet. So yeah, Flacco actually stood up. He was ready to pop off. But then King clashed, and I was like, oh my god, not like this. Please don't lose like this, Flacco. So yeah, but yeah, he clutched it out. He closed it out in the end. So he beat Forever King. Unfortunately, there weren't that many people around, so I don't know if the match was recorded or not. So I mean, I have no idea if it was recorded, so this sucks. Then afterwards he placed Theo, and man, he beat Theo, I think 3-0. It was nuts. So I think Theo went Dr. Fate the first match. The zoning was kind of going back and forth. Theo was kind of getting, at first I think Stain was getting checked with a lot of Almond Ra blasts and meter burn orbs, but Flacco really just kind of took it back, got a couple of favorable trades, got a few combos here and there, forced the clash, and afterwards, man, he like barely clutched it out, I think, in that first match. The second match, it was as far as I remember, it was like a steamroll. Like Dr. Fate, Theo, he did 4-2 with Dr. Fate, and of course you can just neutral jump that with jump 2, and he just punished it like from the get-go. So he punished it from the get-go. Anytime Theo did like Liftable Cyrus, he did 4-2-2 to counter it. So he played the matchup to the T, and so Theo realized this, and so he switched to Supergirl, which made sense, well, to me. But man, oh my god, Stain just like knew that matchup like the back of his hand. I think the moment I realized that Stain was going to win was when Theo did down 1 into breath, and Pretty Flacco just interrupted with 1-2 back 2, and then Theo clashed, and I was like, yeah, this dude is like about to make top 8. Like, this is crazy. Like, Cyborg is about to make top 16, or maybe he was already in top 16 at that point. I can't remember, but yeah, yo, it was crazy. So once he did that, he beat Theo, and of course then afterwards he faced Biohazard. If you haven't seen the match, I think it's already been uploaded already. He was playing Biohazard was playing Harley Quinn. HerokillerStain was playing Cyborg. And I think there's a lot of motion on a lot of emotions riding on that match, because for both players it would be their first time getting top 8. So there was a lot of emotion behind it. And just long story short, Biohazard beat Stain 3-1. So I didn't get to see the whole match because there was such a large crowd at that point, and I was like on my tippy toes. I think there's like a picture on it online, and I'm like in the very corner on the far left, and I could barely see anything. Like I was on my tippy toes just watching it. So, but yeah, Biohazard clutched it out. It was a good match. I honestly can't say what if HerokillerStain played bad or not. I mean, I honestly think he played well throughout the whole time. I think this Biohazard had more experience. I mean, it's been like his I think it's his 5th Evo, and he's constantly been shut out from top 8. So, I mean, the guy earned it. It definitely hurt to see, you know, Cyborg being that close to top 8, but at the same time, man, I was just amazed that the character even made top 16. So, it was just really good to see overall. It was just, it was amazing. So I was glad to get to see it in person. I did I do have a part of this match with Theo and Stain, but it's such a small snippet, I'm not even sure if I should even upload it, but I'll probably just upload it anyway after this stream. But overall, like, the matches for top 8, they were just amazing, and I think it sucks that it wasn't streamed. That's the biggest crime of all. Like that, someone should be arrested for that. Like that's insane. That those matches weren't uploaded because they were such good matches, like amazing matches that could have really changed, I think, the outlook for this community if they were uploaded. And for a lot of players, it would have meant a lot to them. Not only for HerokillerStain, but for a lot of other players that had a pretty good run. I mean, I heard there's like an Enchantress player too that did pretty well in top 32, and I didn't even get to see that also. I mean, and I don't even like that character that much. So seeing that, man, I was just like, gosh, that was whack. But other than that, top 32 was top 32 to top 8 was sick. There were people recording it, so maybe hopefully they'll upload the matches later on, so people can actually check them out. But the matches were overall really good. Probably I haven't watched a lot of other top 16s or top 32s, but I can argue that's probably one of the best showcases of Injustice regarding that stage of tournament play. It was just amazing. Just the spacing and overall level of play, the emotions and the passion. Like, that's one thing you really don't see a lot when you're watching on stream, is the amount of passion the players have going into these matches and after they lose and after they win. Like, there was a lot of emotional sets. Like Silvereye versus Gur really stood out to me a lot. Silvereye, right after he won, he was like, give me that fucking medal. I was like, whoa, whoa. Yo, yeah, so the emotion was real, man. And when Gur lost, man, you get to see it, man. Like, Coach Steve and Gur were like just devastated. So, yeah, the amount of emotions were really there. Even when Hayate got top 8, he ran it back against Buffalo. There's just so many good matches. I just can't even go into full detail regarding it. It was just an overall good tournament. Great tournament, great experience. So there was that. And then, of course, top 8. I mean, that was streamed. I guess my favorite highlight was when Tweety popped off on Sonic Fox, and Sonic Fox was like, you know what, since you popped off, I'm going to play her again. I'm going to play Starfire again. And that was Sonic Fox's biggest mistake. I don't know why he decided to go with Starfire twice in the mirror. I mean, Tweety is prepared for that. He was ready for that. And he just got antagonized. He just was like, you know what? I think that's one of Sonic Fox's kind of weaknesses, is that if he gets antagonized like that, he'll kind of just like not make the best decision. And I don't think he made the best decision running that mirror twice. Probably would have been a different story if he just decided to pick a different character from the get-go. But top 8 was really nice, man. A person who I definitely wanted to win the most was Silvereye, because he's just been, that guy's been grinding day in and day out. But wasn't meant to be. Instead, we ended up having in the top 3. I think it was Sonic Fox, Tweety, and Rewind. And I remember ATP was telling me that Rewind was going to take the tournament, and I was like, nah, no way. I think Sonic Fox is going to take it. But Uncle ATP knows best, man. He called it from the get-go, and I was like, damn. I was just surprised. I mean, I guess I can't really say I was surprised because the way Rewind was playing prior to, he was just playing the cleanest out of anybody throughout the whole tournament. So, yeah, man, he won Evo. And it's crazy because I think he's like, what, 15? Like 15 years old? One of those ages, 15, 16. So, yeah, he just came in, and I know Samij and Sonic Fox, they've been playing like a ton of matches leading up to Evo. So to see him actually take Evo, I can't really say it's too much of a surprise, because those guys have been grinding so hard regarding the game. So yeah, so again, so congratulations to Rewind for taking Evo. I wish he would have showed a bit more emotion. Like, I don't know why he just kind of stood up and he was like, oh, wow, okay, I won Evo. It's kind of like someone says, hey man, you just won an extra, oh my god. Like it's like someone winning something for free at a restaurant. You're like, oh, cool, nice. That's cool. like you buy a coffee, like, hey, you're our 100th customer. Here, have another free cup of coffee. Like, oh, wow, okay, that's nice. I'm the 100th customer. Like that's what his reaction was. It wasn't even like anything like emotional or anything like that. But I mean, I'm pretty sure he had emotions hit him afterwards. So but yeah, Rewind took it. So congrats to him. And I guess one thing I wanted to talk about, I guess, is the state of the game. I think I've done this pretty much after every major, is talk about the state of the game after every tournament. So I was talking to a couple of players, and it's kind of weird because I think right now the sentiment is like there's something wrong with the game, and I don't really think that there's anything really wrong with Injustice as of right now. I think the game is in a good state. Top 32 and top 16 kind of showed that. Even top 8 showed that. I mean, Big D, oh my gosh. I completely forgot about Big D. Big D, who made top 8 with Ivy. Only Ivy, you know. And he's not the only character loyalist that made it pretty far in the tournament either. I think the game is fairly balanced. And there is a lot of character variety. So I'm not sure when I hear people saying like, you know, there's something wrong with the game. I feel like a lot of people, when I ask them that, like, okay, so what's just like the wrong issue about it? Because I mean, you got this character variety, you got a lot of things going on, and most people, from what I talk to, really can't pinpoint it down exactly what it is. It's like some people say it's the presentation, and I mean, it's kind of hard to say if it's really the presentation because I think the game looks fine. I think the music could use a lot of work. I think some of the hitboxes could use some work, but I mean, I don't think the game's presentation is like straight awful. If anything, it's a lot better compared to Injustice 1. Injustice 1's presentation was hideous. It was just like all gray wash and everything. So, if anything, if I had to put my finger on it, I think the biggest issue is the way IPS is set up. I think there's just not a lot of opportunities to qualify, especially for players in like Europe, for example. There's just a lot of stress on whether or not you're gonna make it because there's not that many spots. If that makes sense. If it makes sense. I just feel like there's a lot more pressure on top players to win and to make IPS finals this time around, probably more so than any other point in time for an NRS game. And I think that because of that level of stress, I think a lot of players are just kind of saying, you know what, this is too stressful, and I'm gonna back out of it. Because I mean, from what I'm seeing, a lot of people, it's not really regarding the game. I think it's more or less the way IPS is set up. Wish I could go into more detail on that because I don't really know how. I know it's like I think 12 players are qualifying for IPS, and it's a last chance qualifier. But overall, I think the stress regarding the qualification of that, I think, is what's really making a lot of the top players kind of not want to play the game because it's just so much stress and pressure. Like, I mean, Silver I got has gotten consistent top 8s as far as I know, but even then he's still not a lock to make it into IPS, the IPS finals. So I mean, you can imagine how stressful that is. That, you know, you're grinding day in and day out, and even though if you got a medal from Evo, you're still not even a lock. Like, you know, I mean, I think that would be super stressful for any player, not just, I mean, just for any player in general. So yeah, so that's why I kind of feel like it's not really necessarily the game that's the problem. I think it's more or less just how IPS is set up, which has caused a lot of stress for some players. I mean, you have Dragon. I think Ominous recently said that he's not going to be competing anymore. Foxy Grandpa. I think Irish Mantis as well. Like, and, you know, just the way IPS is set up, I think it's been very stressful for a lot of top players. I mean, to be fair though, I mean, of course it's going to be tough. I mean, it's you're competing, but maybe the level of stress that's brought on with IPS is probably a bit more to handle as compared to previous NRS titles. Maybe that's what's going on. So that's just my little hypothesis when it comes to that. I don't really think it's necessarily the game. I just think it's the way IPS is set up that a lot of players are really stressed out, you know, trying to make things happen. Especially when you have something that, you know, it's so critical on, well, the margin of error is so slim to make it in. That's just what I personally think. So, but yeah, on that though, I feel like I want to talk about other things. Las Vegas was nice. Talking about Las Vegas. Las Vegas was really nice. The only thing was it was hot as hell. It was like 108 degrees. So it was like, oh god, it was the most weirdest heat ever. Like it was hot, but it was dry, so I wasn't sweating, which was a completely new experience to me. Like I've heard of dry heat before, but man, never on that level. Where it's like 108 degrees and you're not even sweating. Like it was weird. But overall, Las Vegas is a beautiful city. Mandalay Bay was an amazing hotel. A lot of things that were overpriced, but hey, what do you expect? I mean, you're in a city in Las Vegas at like a luxury hotel, so it's like you can't really expect anything else. But overall, the whole tournament was good. I didn't get to see, I didn't get to go to the esports arena because I kind of ran out of funds regarding that, so that was unfortunate. But definitely next year I plan on going to the esports arena as well. So, but overall, just to kind of wrap things up, because I kind of just feel like I'm rambling a lot. Man, 40 minutes, oh my god. So overall, my first tournament experience went 2-2. A lot of fun, lost to newbie, great guy, super muscular, great guy. Oh, the stream keeps crashing for you? I'm not sure what's going on. I'm not really watching anything. But yeah, overall it was a fun tournament. If you haven't gone to Evo, I would suggest going and saving up now, because now is the best time to save up. Like, just budget yourself. In my opinion, if you're gonna go to Evo, you need to have at least, if you're in America and you're trying to go to Evo, you need to probably have at least 800 to 1,000 saved up to go. If you do plan on going, try to find someone to go with, because it's a lot more cheaper. That's what I did. I went with 4 other guys: Paul, Renee, Omar, and Bert from San Antonio scene and ATX. So we kind of roomed together. We each paid $240 for the room. And also make sure you have a credit card, because they always ask for money on. They want a card on file, so not a debit card, but an actual credit card. If you don't have a credit card, then they can't give you the room because they need to have a security deposit. And I didn't have a credit card, or neither of us had a credit card, so you can imagine how that turned out. Shout out to ATP. But yeah, make sure you have a credit card too before you go down there. So but yeah, but overall Evo was amazing. I really can't thank the Austin, Texas scene enough. It was an amazing experience to be able to compete and use my character and have fun. And that's what I did. I just practiced and had a bunch of sets. Shouts also to Lawson and Derek from Chicago. Played with them as well. Played like Cyborg for like 8 hours on Sunday. Just playing the mirror and playing like the Superman and Cyborg matchup. So man, it was fun, man. Those guys were hilarious. So yeah. And just seeing all the top players was really surreal as well. Like Katana Prime is like a giant. He's like 6 feet tall. But when you're watching the stream, he only looks like 4 feet. So it was weird, man. The whole experience was just surreal for me. So yeah, that's pretty much my Evo wrap up. Thank you guys for watching. I feel like there's a billion things I could talk about, but I'm losing my voice, and I told my older brother about Evo earlier, so I feel like I'm just kind of speaking on all this twice. So but yeah, but if you have any questions, just feel free to ask me. I'm about to play some ranked matches in a bit. See Stavon, how's it going, man? Did Newbie play Cheetah? No, he did not. He played Hellboy against me. I know he played Cheetah earlier on, but he played Hellboy. I'm not sure if that. I think he was just rocking that character. Not really just specifically for the Cyborg matchup, because when he went against Waze, the Catwoman player from Australia, he played Hellboy as well. So he was rocking Hellboy, and that matchup isn't too good for Cyborg, but I don't really feel like I lost because of Hellboy. It's more or less that Newbie's a godlike Floridian, so he just had the reads. He made the most of it. So yeah. But if you have any other questions, feel free to feel free to ask me regarding Evo, and I'll try the best to answer it. as far as like the pricing, the food, how I went there, how I saved up. Yeah. Yeah, man, Newbie's a good player. I mean, I watched his Doomsday back in the first Injustice one with the Florida Doomsdays dog. So, with KP and everything. So, yeah, the White Boy was playing Doomsday and Newbie was playing Doomsday, so they call him the Florida Doomsdays. With Katana Prime there. Florida has a strong scene overall, man. Their scene is so strong. But now I'm about to give me some ranked matches, so let's see how this turns out.